All right, everybody, happy Memorial Day. Today I'm going to show you how to shuck a few oysters. I'm going to make some Oysters Rockefeller and a couple of other different variations of oysters out there. I got about, I don't know, four dozen or so oysters. Way too much for me to shuck. It's a suicide mission, so I'm going to steam some of these in beer. Going to have them open up, and I'm going to show you how I do it. All right, so lesson number one, you want to scrub these down. I scrubbed all of these oysters in the sink with cold water, got all the grit and dirt all off of it, and you know, they've been on ice for quite some time. So what you're going to do is you're going to need an oyster knife, right? You're going to find the groove inside the clam, so you have the curved side and the flat side. I like to hold the curved side in my palm, press down, and kind of find that lever in there and just open it up. See that? Beautiful. Some really nice oysters that we get up here in the Northeast. I can't wait to start eating these things. I'm going to make a mignonette also, which is kind of like a red onion and vinegar to throw over this. There's a couple other things I can do, but I'll show you the Rockefeller recipe I'll do too. But this is going to take some time, so got my my Americana Budweiser, and we're just going to start shucking some oysters. But I'll tell you, I've been thinking about today, being Memorial Day, why it's so important to remember all of this stuff. I mean, I have a lot of family members and friends that have all been in a lot of wars. My grandfathers in World War II, my two uncles in Vietnam. One was a Green Beret in the Special Forces. The other was a Marine maker, a drill instructor. And he had a daughter that she also became a Marine. And then I have a very close friend of mine, Angelo, in my fraternity at Penn State. We were together on 9/11. And he ended up joining the Army Rangers, went over to Iraq. And I had buddy Jose. He was an Army Scout sniper. I have a friend of mine, Frank Gallagher. He was the personal security for Ambassador Bremer in Iraq. And my buddy Chris DiPiano went to Afghanistan. My buddy Ken Zetti became a Marine. This one's a tough one. Brian Saunders was in the Army over in Iraq. My buddy Adam Nankervis in the Navy. Kid I went to school with and grew up with. Played football with Nathan Seidel. Became an Army Ranger. He's now a colonel. My cousin Carl in the Army. It's just so many guys. So many guys that unselfishly went and did all this, for the sake of us, so I can shuck oysters and show you how to do things here. It's so important to keep what these guys have done alive, because you start to forget these things. We got to teach these kids what it's all about. They're never gonna know, and they're never gonna realize if this country ever has to call upon these guys. I hope not, but when they do, at least they're gonna have some type of a reasoning pride in this country to stand up if they have to. Imagine if we lived in a world where Nazis won. Total different world. Japanese won. It's crazy. So that's why you got to remember these people. You got to celebrate them. All right, so I'm just cleaning these things. I'll be cleaning them, but I'm opening them up. All right, usually for presentation purposes, you flip them like that, but I'm gonna clean them. All right, just want to show you another technique, because these things can get tough, and they will. And I've stabbed myself many times over the years doing this. But if you get some stubborn oysters, get yourself a towel, put it around half, find the seam, and kind of wiggle around, wiggle the knife, scramble the brains, instant ragdoll. All right, and there you go. See, that's an easier way to do it. I mean, I've seen these guys in New Orleans New Orleans do this stuff. It's amazing how fast they are. I'm pretty good opening up a clam, but the oyster, it does take some practice. So again, to protect myself, I'm gonna pop it just like that.